We're all still in shock. We're all coming to terms with all that transpired yesterday when the news came in. The Chief of Defence Staff, General Bipin Rawat, and his wife have died in a chopper crash. 11 other personnel have also died in that tragic crash of a Mi-17 in Tamil Nadu's Coonoor. And tributes are pouring in for General Rawat this morning. Now, a wreath-laying ceremony will in fact be organised at the Madras Regimental Centre in Tamil Nadu's Wellington. The Tamil Nadu Chief Minister M.K. Stalin, along with State Governor, will be paying their respects. The mortal remains of the Chief of Defence Staff and his wife, along with the other personnel who died in this crash, will be brought to the national capital in a military aircraft. This evening is when, in fact, they will be flown to the national capital. And tomorrow, the mortal remains will be brought to the CDS's residence. People will be allowed to pay their last respects from 11 this morning, tomorrow morning, I beg your pardon, to 2 p.m. After that, a funeral procession will be organised from Kamraj Marg to Brar Square Crematorium in Delhi Cantonment. The cremation of General Rawat and his wife will take place in Delhi Cantonment. The Defence Minister, Rajnath Singh, will be addressing Parliament at around 11:15 this morning on the Mi-17V5 chopper crash that took the life of CDS, his wife, and 11 others on Wednesday. At this point also, a lot of questions will be asked on the investigation. The IAF yesterday did confirm that an internal investigation is on. A court of inquiry has been set up to look into what really caused this kind of a crash. Let's take this across to our reporters on the ground for the latest updates on that. Pramod Madhav is joining us live from Coonoor in Tamil Nadu, where that unfortunate tragic chopper crash took place. Pramod, at this point, we've been getting also a number of reports from you. I can see that you're standing just above where the tragic chopper crash took place. A lot of questions really on the investigations right now that's being conducted into what led to this kind of a crash.
It actually is, Akshita, and it's a very unfortunate incident. Just like you mentioned, this is a Kateri location. This is where the crash occurred, and behind us you could see this beautiful valley, and over there are the Air Force personnel and the Indian Army personnel over there. In fact, this actual path which leads to that particular area has been completely cordoned off. We had to take another way, and that's the reason we are over here showing the top angle of what exactly happened at that spot. That's the ground zero. You could see even the debris over there. Army personnel and Air Force personnel are there. We've been also told that senior officials have also come to this spot. In fact, you could see them actually searching for various equipments. What's been said is that various data recorders are the ones that they are trying to collect at this point currently. Yesterday, the whole day was spent in rescuing the 14 people who were unfortunately inside the helicopter. At that point there, you could see officials over there. They are searching across this entire spot. The hardship here is that this is kind of like a cliff, so you have to be extremely careful. What the locals, there you could see the house and everything. The locals told us that in this spot, what actually happened was that around 1 p.m. something, they heard a loud bang, post which they came running outside, and that is when they saw this aircraft coming down crashing. And the most hard part was that it was completely engulfed in fire, and they were unable to go and help them. One eyewitness actually said that 3-4 people jumped out of the helicopter, but unfortunately they were all burnt, and thankfully they had the presence of mind to help them right away. And by the time the officials, fire personnel also reached the spot, the only struggle here is that there is only one way in and one way out. Even after that, the locals from this spot actually tried helping them, and the path we are standing through, this path also, they tried taking the people outside. For now, this entire spot is completely cordoned. Military personnel are not allowing us over there. Even the actual path is completely blocked. You could see several senior officials at the spot as well over there from the Air Force who are over here. Just like you mentioned, the inquiry has begun, and we've been told actually it has been the Indian Air Force has confirmed that it is an accident, but what led to that accident, that is what they have to find out currently. Is that a mechanical failure or something else? Now, locals from this region also claim that this place was misty. Even now today you could see this area is covered with mist, but they claim that these kind of sorties routinely suddenly occur, and that helicopter was to start from Coonoor and reach Wellington, which was a 35 minutes maximum flight sortie, and that's the reason they claim this is like a normal event over there, and everybody's completely shocked as to how that accident occurred at this point. In fact, you could see large chunks of the debris at the spot as well. There you could see like senior officials from the Air Force are at the spot. Even the DGP from Tamil Nadu, Sailendra Babu, has also reached the spot, and he's also like inquiring about these things, and the Tamil Nadu police is also providing them with all kind of support. The Chief Minister reached Coimbatore around 6 p.m. yesterday, and from then he went to Wellington and he met with the officials over there. He was speaking to them, and he's also participating in the ceremony, is what we've been told. And currently this is a spot, the unfortunate ground zero where the Mi-17V5 crashed, Akshita.
You know, this where you're standing, Pramod, is just 10 kilometers away from where the chopper was supposed to land. And that's why there have been a lot of questions on the circumstances, what led to the crash. We're not going to speculate here on India Today. We're going to wait for the officials to complete their investigation. You see all of that activity happening behind Pramod as well. So many officials from the Air Force are there, from the Army is there. They're conducting their investigation, and we will await a final word from them. It's going to take some time, of course, for the formal investigation to enter into a certain what really led to that crash. I want to take this across to our defense editor Abhishek Bhalla, who's been constantly getting us updates. He's now in Coonoor, and Abhishek, you know, we're all of course still numb from the news that came in yesterday of the crash, of us having lost so many personnel, of us having lost the Chief of Defence Staff, General Bipin Rawat as well. We understand that General Rawat, his wife and all the other personnel's mortal remains will be kept in Wellington today for tributes, for the Chief Minister also to pay his tribute.
That's right, Akshita. A very unfortunate and grave situation as far as the security establishment of the country is concerned. The senior most officer of the military was traveling in that ill-fated helicopter along with his staff and his wife. What we are expecting today is that at the Madras Regimental Centre in Wellington, there will be people coming in to pay their tributes. There will be a wreath-laying ceremony at around 10 a.m. and a little later in the day, the mortal remains of General Rawat and his wife along with the others are likely to be taken back to Delhi. The schedule for whatever is planned is still not finalized, but in some time to now we will know whatever is planned. But later in the day, the mortal remains should be taken to Delhi, and then it will be clear when the last rites take place. In all probability, it will happen in Delhi with the military honours. So till then, we'll have to wait and wait for the officials to confirm what the exact schedule for the day is.
Okay, Abhishek, stay with us. I just want to quickly go across to Pramod Madhav once again before I take this across to Rixon. Pramod, can you confirm for us? We're just hearing that the IAF chief has reached there at the spot as well. Pramod, if you can hear me, can you get us an update from the ground? We're hearing that the IAF chief has reached where you are at the crash site. Don't think Pramod is with us. We'll go across to him again. I just want to take this across in the meanwhile to Rixon Uman. He's joining us live from the military hospital. Rixon, one survivor in that crash has been reported. Group Captain Varun Singh, any update on his condition? You know, I started off this broadcast offering our condolences, our prayers to the families of all of the personnel who have lost in that crash. And the entire nation right now is praying for Group Captain Varun Singh's recovery as well. Any updates that you can get us?
Well, absolutely, Akshita. Right now, we are here in the Wellington Military Hospital. You know, we are witnessing a very emotional scenes here in front of the hospital because all the senior army officials were also reached here, and as you pointed out, the whole nation is praying for the lone survivor. But we are waiting for an official update from the hospital authorities. What we are getting from the sources is that by 8 o'clock, Tamil Nadu Chief Minister M.K. Stalin will reach here. and a wreath-laying ceremony will also happen here. Then the mortal remains. Right now, the mortal remains are kept here in the military hospital, and then the mortal remains will take to Coonoor by road, and from there to Delhi. This is what we are getting. This is what the information that we are getting from the officials here. At the same time, we are expecting that the governor, Tamil Nadu governor, will also reach here by 8:30. And as I said, we are witnessing very emotional scenes before the hospital. And as you said, the whole nation is praying for the lone survivor. And also, we are waiting for an official confirmation from the hospital authorities regarding his health condition, Akshita.
All right, Rickson, thank you for that update. We'll keep coming across for you. Hopefully, of course, we get some good news. In the last 2 days, of course, since yesterday, we've been getting such unfortunate news that any positive news on Group Captain Varun Singh will be welcomed right now. I just want to quickly take this back across to Pramod Madhav. I understand he's back with us. Pramod, the update that we're getting right now, can you confirm that for us? We understand that the IAF chief is also there at the crash site now.
Well, we just saw senior officials at this spot, and for almost 30 minutes they were at this spot actually, as we were showing earlier. In fact, the senior officials even went down crossing that tree as well. They were trying to find the various locations, because just like you'd see over there, this is one side, that's the left side of the crash. There is another part also, and it actually is steep. Even there, the officials had gone over, and just now they have left the spot as well. So senior officials were present over there. We've been told that the Air Force chief also had visited the spot, and he just crossed his location. Many officials are still coming over to this spot to find out exactly what happened, because this is an absolute shocker and several questions have to be asked. And as we speak also, you could see that officials have been stationed at various locations to find answers at this spot, Akshita.
More there reporting from the crash site. You can still see parts of the debris at that site, and at this point the investigation also is underway to exactly what transpired, the circumstances that led to in fact this unprecedented chopper crash, and we've lost 13 out of the 14 people who were on board that chopper. Abhishek, Pramod and Rickson, do stay on with us. A lot of tributes have been pouring in for General Rawat, and it's not just from India but internationally as well, because General Bipin Rawat's legacy was so rich. He's of course interacted with so many countries during military dialogue and several other such events. Here's what Pentagon had to say, their statement on the untimely demise of General Rawat.
Defense Secretary extends our deepest condolences to the Rawat family, the Indian military, and the people of India after the tragic death of India's Chief of Defense Staff, General Rawat, in a helicopter crash. He left an indelible mark on the course of the U.S.-India defense partnership and was at the center of the Indian Armed Forces transformation into a more jointly integrated warfighting organization. The Secretary had the privilege of meeting with him earlier this year, and really came to view him as a valued partner and a friend of the United States. Our thoughts and prayers are with the entire Rawat family as they lost other family members in this crash, and of course the families of all the victims of this terrible, terrible incident. We are deeply saddened by the loss.